everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this tank has been up and running for quite a while now in this escape, and as much as I like it, it's not very functional for Pedro, my axolotl. Like, he uses bits and pieces of it, but it feels like the tank hasn't been used to its full potential, and he's lost a lot of movement space as well with all the escape elements. So today I'm going to break it down and change it around again. I did like how the mountain area sort of rises up out of the tank, but I think because of the size of this tank, it's not quite big enough to give enough area when I am putting in these large rock elements. So this is a 40-gallon tank, and I feel like it's probably filled at about a 30-gallon volume at this moment. So I think I'm going to really sort of get rid of any vivarium elements and make it fully aquatic. I'll be keeping this hide. I might be changing that terracotta pot for a more natural looking hide, we'll see. And definitely going to keep the minnows in here, and we'll be trying to put some more plants in here as well and make it very heavily planted. So first step is to get Pedro out and maybe the fish out as well and start breaking down the escape.
Hi guys, so you're probably thinking, okay, I thought you were turning this into a vivarium, and I am, I just took the long route. So this was filmed early April, it is now mid-May as of recording this, and I went from vivarium to a pretty terrible looking aquarium and back to a vivarium again. And the reason for this is because my axolotl Pedro got very, very sick. He had reoccurring fungus that came back every month or two, and he just refused to eat. So in the end I was force feeding him, and sadly he lost quite a lot of weight, and even though he regained a little bit and he was looking like he was going to come through okay, he did end up passing away. This was absolutely devastating for me, and I just couldn't bear to look at the aquarium anymore, and I had to change it into something beautiful that wasn't going to remind me of how I couldn't actually save him. Especially since most of the events of this actually happened during the coronavirus. So it was not a good time for any of this to happen. If you want any more information about this, I did go into further detail on a post on my Instagram page, Light of a Pisces Moon, about the whole situation, but this is not what this video is for. I just thought you should have a little bit of background information, seeing as the last time you saw this aquarium, it was as a vivarium for an axolotl. So I'm sorry for the sad start to this video, but I believe in being honest and sharing your experiences, no matter if they're good or bad, because chances are someone's going through the same thing you are, and this information could be really good for them to have. So please keep the comments really kind. I did do a lot of research into this. I gave them the best help I could, and it just didn't work. So I think probably there was some underlying health issues as well that I wasn't aware of, maybe parasites or something like that. I had tried tannin baths, salt baths, I had tried tubbing, I had tried fridging, and in the end I just had to force feed him to keep him alive. It was not a great situation, but that's what happened. And sometimes the fish keeping hobby is like that. It just doesn't always go your way. But I don't want to talk about that further. This video is about how I turned this aquarium into a vivarium, and I hope you find it very informative, and maybe you can offer some tips on how to do this in the future, or maybe you're looking to do this yourself and want to see how other people have done it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video anyway, and I hope it serves as a reminder to never give up on the things you love, even though it can get very hard sometimes. Oh, gravity, always getting me down. I definitely recommend laying your tank on its side for this part, as I soon found out. I would also recommend carving all of the foam, just so the silicone can adhere to it a little bit easier. As you can tell, this was a massive learning process, and I also learnt during this that it's better to coat the silicone on in thick layers before adding the cocoa fibre. It just sticks so much better and it removes all those weird white gaps you see throughout this. I'll later work out how to do this, but for the start I was seriously doubting how I was going to pull this off. So don't make this mistake. Ended up spending a little bit of time off camera trying to perfect this, and as you can see on the right, that's how much of a difference more silicone can make, so definitely do that. And with the help of a smart plug, my lights can be controlled by my phone. Woo! So I made this mistake, but I would recommend making your false bottom reach up slightly higher than your water level, otherwise the substrate might be too damp for the plants. I ended up putting a second layer of tarp down later at the water level height to help with this, but I know that my substrate is very, very damp and the plants have a hard time adjusting to this. So all of those rocks that false bottom make that much, much higher. You can also use egg crate to do this or foam to make the bottom of the substrate a little bit higher up. I've had a few questions about how this terrarium is going, and it's going pretty well. It's a bit of a slow grower, I haven't really filled it in yet, but it's doing the job and it's super, super healthy. There are slaters everywhere and there are constantly mushrooms popping up everywhere, which is a really good sign that you've got a healthy ecosystem going on. There's a few photos on my Instagram at StarkestVixen that actually show these mushrooms. It's pretty cool to see. And that is it for this video. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's still got a lot of growing in to do, and it's definitely going to evolve over time, but right now it's looking amazing, and I can't wait to see what it grows into. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next Friday. Bye.